All, so we'll start now. So sorry, there was an internet issue in the previous stream. Suddenly my geo connection dropped off and I was not able to take it completely. Everything was completed, but I was not able to give a form and all. But hope if someone asks the form, I'll give them. Okay, so that is there. And today we are going to this JavaScript. Also, today is the last day, and today we are going to complete the ES6 part which was remaining. So let's get started. Actually, I'm doing it through my normal Geo phone. There is some issue with my Geo fiber, so which will not be up today. So let me now share my screen before my connection run out and all. So I think hope the connection is going fine. Okay, so yeah, I think the connection speed is quite good in with my Geo mobile also. Okay, so that is good. Okay, so today the first thing which we are going to do is that yesterday we learned this object related extension and dynamic fields. So today we are going to learn about this rest operator and the spread operator first. Okay, so this is one of the most important concept in your ES6, rest operator and spread operator, and it is used extensively in React.js. Extensively means way too much in React.js, and it is one of the most important concepts. Especially this spread operator is very important. So let's us get started with the spread operator and all. So for that, again the attendance will be given at the end and all. Okay, so that is there, and let's get started. So okay, so again I'll open the JSBin, and today is the last day. Please attend it, and as always the attendance will be shared towards the end. JavaScript console I'll open, and then I'll come here, and we are going to first learn about the REST operators. REST operators we are going to operate. I should spell it right. REST operators. Okay, so what is this REST operator? So REST operator are these three dots. Okay, let us understand. Let us see this definition. With REST operator, we can pass argument to a function and it get converted to an array. We can pass argument to a function and it get converted to an array. So what does that mean? So let us understand with the function. So let arr func equal to like this we'll have, and suppose I want, I'm passing anything to this function, and console.log, I want it to be converted to an array. So how I am passing to this function anything? So suppose I'm passing anything to this function like 6, 3, 5, 9, and 1. So I'm passing this thing, and this can be a variable length. Okay, this can be a variable length 63591 I'm passing, and somehow I have to convert it into an array. So if I do take if I take the long route which is before the ES6, it is like A, B, C, D, 3, 4, 5 parameters I have to take, and then I have to do some mechanism like temp array and all those things I have to create and create it in an array. At least 5, 6 lines of codes are there, and that will also not be successful. What if I will do it here and I will add another one like 10? So then what? Because I don't know actually how many parameters I'm going to pass. Just I want to, whatever the parameter I'm going to pass, I'm going to want to convert it to an array. So with REST operator is very much easy. So I'll do a dot and arr anything. Actually this arr you can take anything, and what it will do now, I will run it. See, it will be converted to an array. So this is a very powerful stuff, REST operator. But more powerful stuff is your spread operator. We'll see that. So this is how this REST operator will work. Okay, and let us see one more example of this REST operator. So suppose I have a let REST func, because there is not much in the REST operator and all. So suppose I want the first 3 variables to be there, like A, B, C, and n is there. So what I want, first 3 variables to be shown like this, and rest of the variables, whatever I'm passing, that's the argument which I'm passing, that needed to be converted to an array. So this I do, and then I'll have a console.log of A, B, C, and just like this I'm going to have, and then this rest func is, maybe I will pass the same thing, or maybe I'll add a 12 to it. Okay, if I clear it, if I run it, see 6, 3, 5 is going in the first 3, and 9, 1, 10, and 12 are coming. So this is how the REST operator can be used in a different way. Okay, so that is done. Now what we are going to do, we are going to learn about the spread operator. So what is the spread operator? So a spread operator are the opposite of REST operator, which takes an array and converts it into a list of argument. Okay, list of argument. One sec. Someone is watching or not. Hello all. Okay. Okay, so now we will learn the spread operator, which is the opposite of REST operator, which takes an array and converts it into a list of argument. So I'll do the spread operator, and let A equal to So I'll take this thing equal to like this, and then what I want, there is a function in JavaScript known as math.min function. So what does math.min function does? Okay, that actually accepts a list of arguments and give the min of it, math.min. But what I want to get the min of this array, get the min of this array somehow. But that is not possible with the math operator. I can, if I want to pass in the math operator, I'll pass something like this. Okay, I'll pass something like this, and it will give me one. It will give me one. But I don't want to do it like this. I want to somehow pass this array. So how to do that? That we can do with the help of the spread operator. How? Let us see that thing. Okay. Because somehow this array needed to be converted into a list of argument. How are we going to do that? So let us come here, console.log of math.min and dot a. And similar to this, we have a math.max also. Math.max also is there, and dot is there. So I'll clear it and run it and see it is 1 is coming from here, 1 is coming from here, and 10 is coming from here. So what it is doing actually, it is taking this array and converting it into a list of arguments. Converting it into a list of arguments. That is what it is doing. Okay, so that is there. One sec. I think I have to see. The mobile also. Okay. So okay. So the next thing which we are going to do for a spread operator actually solve a classical programming problem, which this classical programming problem is known as call by value and call by reference problem, or it is also known as copy by value and copy by reference. So we'll see that classical programming problem which exists since computer science exists, and it is there in means all programming languages, and all programming languages try to solve it in a different ways. So why does this happen? I will tell why does this happens, and let us do that thing. Okay, so first let us see what is this. Copy by reference issue. Copy by reference issue, what is it? So let me also comment out these things. I don't want these things anymore. Okay, let y equal to this one I'm going to have. Okay, and let y. So suppose I want to copy this thing to another array I want to. So the most easiest way, or the most people, what they will do, they will write a variable like this, let y equal to x. They will do x, and they will think, okay, it will be copied. I'll do this thing, it will be copied. Okay, that is it. So y, then what I'm going to do, okay, it is copied, and I'll do a y dot push, and 12 I'll do, and then let us see what's the value in this console.log of y, and we're also going to see what's the value in console.log of x, just to check what's the value in this x. Okay, so let us do that. Now I will clear it, I will run it. Oh, it's showing something old. Sometimes this thing happens with this VS Code, not VS Code, JSBin. Okay, see now what happened. In this y also 12 is added, and in this x also 12 is added. So why in the x 12 is added? Actually, we didn't wanted this thing to happen. We didn't wanted this thing to happen, but this happened. So why does this happen? See, in not only in JavaScript, but in almost every programming languages, what happens actually when you copy something, okay, when you copy something like this. So first thing, let us understand again. I have told this many times. When you write some variable or an array or something, so when you write some variable, a memory is allocated, a memory location is given from the RAM of the computer. It is given and a reference to it has been done. So when an array is been done like this, what happens? This y is been you get a continuous location you'll get. So like 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 continuous location will be picked from the RAM of the computer, and the first location will be assigned to this variable x. So this is how the array works. This is a bit of computer science electronics computer what I'm saying computer science electronics branch. You see that the MAC address and all those things are there. Okay? So those things are there. So learn again your engineering and all. Nothing much. Just if you're not from engineering background, don't worry. Just some theoretical concept is there, but it's a very important theoretical concept. So what happens inside this computer? This address of the y has been stored. Okay, the MAC address of the y has been stored. X has been stored, not y. X has been stored. So now when we make this y equal to x, will make. Now what will happen? This y will actually contain the MAC address of x, not the value of x, MAC address of x. It will point to the same direction. There is something known as pointers are there. It will point to the same direction. So now I am pushing something to the y. So what will happen? The original array will be changed. It will be pushed to the x also, because both of them are now same. Both of them are literally same, because they're actually pointing to the same memory address. Both of them are same. So if I do anything in y, x will be affected. If I do anything in x, y will be affected. So this is like this. I'm doing this. So in the y, so x is also affected. So this x is also become 12. So this is not a very good thing. In computer science or in programming, what happens? You never want to change the original array. You always want to copy it in a way that is not affected. So how to solve this problem? For different languages, different way to solve. But in JavaScript, we solve it through the your spread operator. So how we do? And this thing is now solution with spread, and what we do? Call by, not call, should be called copy by value. So again, let me have this. Let c equal to maybe 9 till 9 I'll have. Okay, like this I'll have. Let me comment this out. Okay, now again I will have a let b. Now I will not have it equal to c, but what I will do, dot c. See, dot c. If I do, what will happen? What does the spread operator do? A spread operator spreads the array into argument. So it is spreading the array into argument. So when it is spreading the array into argument, I don't want it like this. Only just the argument should be there. So when first it will spread the array into argument, then I will put it inside an array with this thing. This is how I'll copy. Now if I do t dot push 13 and console.log of b and console.log of c, I'll do. Okay, so now let us see what is happening here. And console.log of d is having this 13, but it is having this 9 only. So means it was not copied. It is not, no references there. A different copy is been made. So that is why this spread operator is very much important. Okay, that is there. So that is there. Now we will look into some other example also. So JSBin and JavaScript and console again I'll do, and again so we'll merging. So merging of array we are going to look into through the spread operator. let x1 equal to 2 comma 4 comma x. Okay, this comma we can do it with comma also. Okay, like we don't have to write this let every time. Let x2 equal to 5 comma 6 comma x3 equal to 7 comma 8. So now we'll merge it. So let d1 equal to, how do I merge it? How to merge this array in a way that it is copied and all. So again, the same thing we're going to do. We're going to get an array, and then we'll do dot 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 x1. Actually, if you're going to merge it like manually, it will require a lot of code also. Like you got to create an empty array, push one, then push other. All those things you have to do. But here it is very easy, like that. Dot 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 x2 dot 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 x3, and now console dot log d1. Now I will run it. And, oh, what is happening? Oh, I'm not taking a comma. So it is giving me this merging like this. Okay, so now we'll see how it has been used in object. Okay, so used in objects, let obj1 equal to 2 bar comma x is 42. 2 bar x is 42. So now we are first going to see how to copy this, or one more thing. Copying is also known as cloning. Cloned obj. And in programming, it is not like everything is named just like in the air. Just like in the air, nothing. Nobody names something like this. Like I use a lot of time. Okay, this is the parent, this is the children, and all. No, those are the real things. Those are the real terms. I have not created those terms. Okay, those are like the real one. Means today I was teaching React somewhere. I don't remember where. So React also have a parent class and a child class. Like parent component and a child component. Those are the terms which we use like this. If a div is there, inside the div something else is there, that is known as a parent. So like this cloned object is there. This is not like I have just written a cloned object is like this. It is actually for a reason. Okay, I'll tell the reason. Dot dot dot. So everything have a story in programming. So it is like that. And I don't know how I know all these stories. Okay, so this is there. So maybe I'm in this industry for such a long time and always found out these stories. Okay, so this cloned object, this is how you clone it, and it will be cloned. So cloned object is called because literally it's a clone. And what's a clone, by the way? We all know the real life example of Dolly the sheep, or all those sci-fi movies and all, in which a clone has been made. And what is actually a clone? Clone is actually a replica of a human, of anything, of a living being or anything. It's a clone. But even if it's a replica, they are not the same entity. If a clone is there, that clone will be a different person, totally a different personality. Just like a twin brothers are there, those are exactly same, the DNA is same, but they are two different personalities. So this how the clone word come into picture. We are cloning an object, and it is the exact copy of that object, but it is totally different, and it can behave differently after that. Just like in a clone object or in a twin brother, both of them can they can behave differently. A clone can behave differently, a twin brother can behave differently. So that is why they are known as clone, and that is the reason here also it is known as a cloned object. Okay, so that's enough of stories. So now we will do we'll check how to do the merge object. Okay, merge object we're going to see. So like this I'll do, and comma obj2 equal to bas, and this time y equal to 22. So I have two objects. One of them is foo bar Another one is also having a foo bars, and x and y are different. Now I want to merge it. Okay, so let merged obj equal to dot 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 obj 1 comma dot 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 obj 2 will be there, and then console.log merged obj is there. Now I'll clear it and run it. See, now what is happening? The foo bars is taken and x and y taken. Why foo bars is taken? Why not both of them are taken? See, object has a very good, very important thing. Object, the key value pairs are there, but the key should always be unique. You cannot have one key multiple times. You cannot have that. So that's why the latest one was taken. Latest key value pair was taken. So this is like that. Okay. So that is like that. So we're done with this thing. And now the next thing which we are going to do is the template literal. But template literal we have already seen earlier. The backtick thing, how to write the string. I have shown that example. My name is Ravindu and I am 39-year-old. Okay, I am really 39-year-old. So that is there. I have shown an example. Okay, so that is like that. And so that was done. So now I'm not going to see this thing. And now we are going to see this array and object destructuring. Again, thing which is like very important, because it is used a lot in React, and it is not a mandatory thing to use, but people will use this a lot in React. Okay, actually the array destructuring is important because it is used in use state hook. Okay, and object destructuring is something which we use in a props in React. Next week we are going to understand that, because next week is the React week. Okay, someone was asking me on the comments, or you do all these things, what is the structure and all. See, we are doing a lot of these things, but our 3 classes are always fixed because we want you all to become a web app developer. See, on the first week of every month at 8:30 p.m. IST, which is our prime time, which is our prime time, it is there at CSS will be there. CSS beginners to advanced. Second week of the month, it will be JavaScript beginners to advanced. Third week of the month is React.js, because we know you need only these 3 things. HTML is also, but HTML also I will teach on the Saturdays. You can take the HTML from there. Sometimes we do those big classes also, like the once in a month we have started doing those big classes. Like tomorrow we are going to have a 2 days big session. We are going to have like tomorrow from 9 a.m. to around 6 p.m. both Saturdays and Sundays. In that we are going to teach everything, like literally everything which you teach: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, everything. Those are the 4 important things which are required to get a job today, and that is there. So our main aim is to get your job. We were able to get job to only 3 people from my YouTube. See, from my paid batches, all the people have got job. Only 4 people have not got job. And I do a lot of corporate training. Anyways, they are like freshers and all. So from a paid job, paid batches and all, and we are going to have some paid batches also starting from the 2 paid batches starting from the next week from Monday. Okay, so my paid batches all means there were 30 people I have taught that till today, and only 4 people are there who have not got job. Okay, so that is that. But we want to increase this percentage from YouTube also, because we're doing so much on YouTube. I want people to get job from YouTube. Until I'm not a very big YouTuber. Means we have only like 3,000 subscriptions, and that's why I'm telling you, please do subscribe and tell your friends also. We were able to get 3 people jobs, and one of them was a mechanical engineer. That was the high of this YouTube channel. A mechanical engineer getting a software job in a startup, it's like crazy thing. Okay, a lot of people from my paid batches have become, but for my YouTube it was the first time. Okay, so that is it. So let's get forward and all. So array destructuring. What is array destructuring? With the destructuring syntax, you can extract small fragments from an array and object. Okay, so we're going to see that thing. Okay, so again this JSBin, and I'll do this JavaScript console. I'm going to do, and again, so first thing is that we're going to see array destructuring. We're going to see first const RGB equal to 255 comma 200 comma 0 is there. Then we have this const R. See, the main thing, even if after doing an array, what is the main thing? I want to see means what each of the variable is. We want to see that thing. So I'll do the const r. This is the normal way. This is not the ES6 way. Const r equal to RGB or any variable name you can take. Okay, so 0. But it will do. It will store this 255. Okay, so like this. Then R G T and 1 2. Now console.log r comma g comma b, r comma g comma b is there. Then I will clear it and I will run it and see it is coming like this. So this is a long way how to do it. So what is the short way to do it through ES6? Actually, these 3 statements we are going to change it to 1 statement. Okay, so I'll comment this out, and then how this array destructuring work through ES6, because it is like const r comma g comma b equal to RGB equal to RGB equal to RGB I will do, and so red green and blue equal to RGB I have done. Now I'll clear it and then I'll run it, and it will give me the same thing. So internally what it does means it does it like this only. R will store the first element of the array, G will store the second element of the array, and B will store the third element of the array. So RGB is done like this. Okay, means array destructuring is done, not RGB array destructuring is done like this. So now we will do the object destructuring. Object destructuring is also very important. It is used in props and all in React and all. And so object destructuring is there. Okay, so const developer equal to first name is Hindu, comma last name is Vishwas, and country is India. Okay, so now I want to show all of these things. How do I show all of these things? So I'll come here and individually I will show first how the long way. So it is like const. Maybe I'll use this same variable name, first name equal to developer dot first name, like this I'll do. Control C, Control V, last name, developer dot last name, country is developer dot country, and now console.log of first name, last name, country. Okay, so this I'll do, and I will run it, and it will show me all these things. So this is how it will show. So this is such a long statements are there. Instead of this, what we are going to do, we are going to do this object destructuring, and you might have guessed in object destructuring what will happen. So it is like const. I'll have this curly bracket because objects are represented by curly bracket and arrays are represented by square bracket. So const first name, last name, and country is equal to developer is there. Okay, so right, Navindu Vishwas and India is there. So this is how it is coming. Okay, so this is there, object and array destructuring. So now the next thing is, okay, next thing is a bit tough thing. It is classes in ES6. So what are these classes in ES6? As you all might know that JavaScript is a functional programming language. But in 2015, in JavaScript, classes were introduced. But then also it is not that much powerful as Java in this classes thing, because Java is a pure object-oriented language. C++ and all, there are pure object-oriented languages are there. So, so the concept of inheritance and all those things have come in your JavaScript also. And in fact, these concepts were very popular. These classes was very popular. So the frameworks and the libraries like Angular and React, they picked up this thing in 2015. Both of them picked up in 2015 when this CSS was released. React came around at that time only, 2015, and Angular was there 2-3 years back from that. So both of them picked this classes thing, and both of them uses these classes. But what is happening with React? React is moving away from this class concept because React faced a lot of issue with these classes. The React is a very easy thing to learn, even easier than JavaScript DOM. Okay, so what React faced here is that the issue with classes, there is this keyword is there, which is a bit complicated in classes. So React doesn't want to do all this complicated stuff, because React is something they want more developers to get it. And Angular is like they keep on adding features and they keep on making it more not complicated. They keep on adding more features that the developer have to learn more. Okay, so that is like that. So we're going to learn now classes in ES6, a bit important concept, but don't need to go that much deep in this thing. Okay, because they're using React in a very simple way. Okay, we're not going to use it in React in an object oriented way. And as I always say, the main motto of this channel is to teach you React, because React will give you a job, not HTML, not CSS, not JavaScript. React will give you a job, but for React you need HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The thing is that React is a combination of all these things. Means in React you have to write an HTML, you have to write a CSS. You'll go in a company, they'll give you a front-end vendor kind of a thing. Then you have to first convert it in as a front-end developer. You have to first convert it into HTML, CSS. Then you have to add this React.js functionality to it. So all those things are required actually. Okay. But React is the main thing. So now classes we are going to see now. So we come here and JSBin I'm going to do. Again, JavaScript and console I'm going to do, and here we has 6 classes with this. So it has got something known as constructor also. So I'll have a class create room, and one thing is that classes is like Pascal case we need to take. This is capital. Okay, it is not all like a function. Okay, class is the class keyword is there, and then inside the class I will first write this thing, then I will tell what is it and why they are used and all those things, and the theory behind it also. Constructor I'll have an in this I will have a name, and then this dot room equal to like this, smaller names room, then clean room, so console.log name dollar this or room with dollar so this thing. So this is how classes are created. Classes get actually two things inside it. One is the constructor, which is sometimes not mandatory, and one is a function. Inside classes we have functions also. They are sometimes known as methods also. The functions which are inside the classes. Okay, these are two things which is there inside a class. So what is this constructor? Constructor is something which runs when we initialize the class and create some object of it. This object is different than JavaScript object. Okay, which we have seen earlier. This is a class object, and this class object is there in almost all programming language. In Java, you will also go, then this object is there. Okay, and when you initialize things, when you create an object, we're going to create an object now. When you create an object, this constructor will run. Okay, so how do we create an object? We create an object like this. This class is over. After that will come and like this const maybe as room, a variable I'm creating nabsum equal to. I have to create an object with a new keyword. New keyword is very important to create an object. Create room and we'll pass this Nabindu. So what will happen now? And we can create multiple objects. We can create multiple objects. We generally create multiple objects. Okay, Sikha room, I'll pass. Right, room is like DIY. So these things we have passed. Okay. So what are this? So we are creating some objects of this. So when we create an object of it and new create room, it will go here and it will run the constructor only. Constructor only it will run, and in the constructor it will come and it will do this dot room equal to Nabendu's room. It will do this dot room is equal to Shika's room. This dot room is equal to it is this room. So for this three object, it will have this three things. Now two things are here. I want to tell. First thing is this. What is this dot room? This what is this keyword actually? This is actually a type of var. This is a type of var. It is used in the place of variables and all. So why this is used in a place of variable and all? Because this have got a, and this is generally used inside of classes only, mostly inside classes. See, this constructor is like a function. So even if I use a var here, what is going to happen? Even if I use a var here, its scope is limited here. But if I use a this here, this has got a special feature that it can be used throughout the class. So that's why we use the this keyword. And a lot of this class thing is a bit more complicated, and we don't have time to. I don't have time to explain. I have on my channel some videos also for that. This keyword also is there, and class. If you're coming from the Java background, you I think you know. But if you're not coming from that, you don't have to learn much of the class concept. When React it is used, but very easy concept is used. Okay. So and one more thing I want to tell is what is this class is a classical theoretical concept which has been taught in engineering colleges and all those things. So suppose there is a car is there, a blueprint of a car is there, a car factory is there. In that there is a blueprint of a car is there, and with that blueprint there are robots which makes those cars. So all those cars are different. So those cars are actually the objects, and the blueprint is actually this class. So that is a classical example of class which has been taught in every engineering college. Okay, so that is there. I mean, every book it is there. That example. This is such an old example. They have not even changed that. So what is that means? So they're literally saying the same thing. And classes is actually it has been told it's like a wastage of a lot of resources. What will happen when I will create this napson, which is an object? It will get its own version of this dot room. This dot room it will get its own version of this function, which is actually a wastage. That's why when classes are there, we need to do a lot of this. What is it called in Java? Garbage collection. So you all know about garbage collection. Garbage collection happens a lot in Java, and that is one of the reasons Java is sometimes slow also. Okay. Java is was very slow in Android apps and all those things. So that's why Android app is also moving towards Kotlin. Nobody uses Java nowadays. There, Java is actually very slow. So that is the reason Android is slow. Yeah, I think most of you don't know why Android is slow. Android is slower than iOS. Android is slower than iPhone. It is not like even if you put 32 GB RAM in an Android phone, it will be slower than a 8 GB RAM. You don't know how many GB is there in iPhone. So that is also technical. That is also because of Java. Java is used in Android, and Java is slow. Java is slow because it does this. See this class thing. This does this because of this garbage collection is needed to be done a lot. A lot of means whenever you create a new object, a new instance of this class has been sort of created. So what will happen? It will do the it will become a bit garbage. Like it will be allocated a memory space. Then you have to deallocate it. All those stuffs, all those computation stuffs needed to be done. So that's why Java become very slow in this Android world and all. Okay, so enough of again. I always get into this stories and all. Story mode is on. Okay, so this is there, and now we are going to use this thing. Okay, so like this, I'm going to use this naps room and all. Naps room dot. Now I want to call this function. So with the object, I will call this function naps room dot clean room, and I'll pass. And here also I'm passing some variable. So maybe I'll pass the Lysol. Okay, now after this, I'll pass this in the classroom and comics and all I'll do and run it. So cleaning Nabendu's room with Lysol, Kisha's room is this, and this room is this. The main thing is that when this is called, this Lysol is going here, that is okay. But the thing is that Nap's room is, I'm calling it to the Nap's room. But this dot room, see, this dot room is Nabendu's room, because here this dot room belongs to that. In Shikha's room, this dot room is Shikha's room. So this thing cannot happen in a function or something. This thing is happening because it's got its own copy of this constructor, own copy of this clean room, own copy of this dot room. When I'm calling this naps room, it already have a variable this dot room assigned somewhere. Okay, assigned somewhere with this Nabendu's room. So that's why it is coming. This is how classes are there. So this is, we are done with classes. Now we're going to come into the last topic of ES6, and it is the array helper method. And there are a lot of array helper methods. And the main thing is that all of them we are going to use, especially this for each map filter reducer. We're going to look into this for, and for each map and filter very important. They're using React a lot, especially map and filter are used. So first we are going to see this example of for each. We're going to see the example of for each, and JavaScript console is there. And now I'll have a, first we'll see into the classical for loop. Okay, classical for loop. See this classical for loop. We're going to see let languages equal to JavaScript and Flutter. But I will say, so I want to iterate through them and show them. So in the classical for loop, I will see for let I equal to 0, I is less than this 𝐿𝐴𝑁𝐺𝑢𝐴𝐺𝑠 dot length and I plus plus. So this long thing I have to write, and then I'll come here and do a console.log, and I think I have not written it right. Languages I'll run it. This is coming. This is like the classical way. Languages or length will come 3, and first time it will be language 0 Java, language 1 JavaScript, language 2 Flutter. Will come like this. So this is a classical way. So now the for each way. How to do it? Through for each. So for each works only on arrays only. For each, all these are array methods. They are known as array method, and they are introduced in ES6, and they are used like a lot in, even in vanilla JavaScript. They are used a lot nowadays. Okay, everybody loves them and everybody uses them. Whether it's vanilla JavaScript, whether it's React, it is a mandatory kind of a thing. React and Angular. Okay, so we are going to use like this for each and languages dot for each, and I'll do something like language also. I will do a lang. Okay, lang I will do, and console.log of lang, like this. Here it. Maybe I'll comment this out and run it, and the lang will be shown. So how does this work? This actually, this for each internally works like the for loop only, but what it is taking, it is taking means this lang, which will access each of the item. So first lang will access the Java, then JavaScript, then Flutter. We don't have to use the I thing, length thing, all of these things we don't have to. So it will just console.log. In general cases, you need to do a lot of things here. So this is arrow function. We need to use it here. And if you have only one line, so arrow function, we can omit the curly bracket and the return. So that is something which you are doing here. And most of the time it happens like in the projects and all, you have one line only. So that is the main thing. They're for each and all, they're used such a long, they use in React a lot for that reason only. Okay, so next thing which we are going to do is the map. So we are going to see first the map use. Actually map use is much more than this. There is a lot of things in map which is used. Okay, So let numbers equal to 6, comma 8, comma 10. We have displayed things, and now what I want to do, I want to have another array I want, in which this things have everything should be double, like 6 into 2, 8 into 2, 10 into 2, everything should be double. So I want to do it through the traditional way. Means how to do it through the traditional way. So we'll do it through the traditional way, like let we have to create an empty array here. Okay, so doubled nums equal to empty. We used to do these things a lot before 2015. Okay, then for let I equal to 0, I is less than numbers dot length I plus plus is there. Now what I'm going to do, doubled nums dot push and numbers I into 2. Have some gap here. Now console.log and double nums like this and leave it, run it. So this will come, like it will be double. So how does it work? So again, the I'm taking this the numbers dot length, it will take 3, and then this double the num dot push is there, and in this numbers I will come. So numbers I means numbers 0. Number 0 is 6. 6 into 2, 12. Then the next, and it is pushing it also. It is pushing it this. So 6 into 12, 12 it will push. Next time 8 into 2, 16. 16 it will push. Then it will come again 10 into 2, 20 it will push. So this is how this double num has been done. It's such a long thing logic I have to follow. So we don't have to do all these things, and we can do it easily with the map. As you have read, the map we are going to do it. So how we are going to do it with the map? The map we are going to do, and map, there is one thing in map. Okay, map always return something. Okay, so we have to use this keyword, and it's not a keyword, it is a variable, doubled and all. I have to do a numbers dot map, and again I will use this time number. Anything you can use number, and is like number into 2. Only this much logic I have to use. Okay, console.log and double. I'm going to do console.log double. I'm going to do let it run, and it is done. So internally it does something like this only, but how it works actually, it will take each one of the number and just it will double it and add it in a new array, and actually it returns something. So that is one of the reason we have to have this a variable, that it's a new variable doubled is created, in which the new array will go. So that is very important. See, for each doesn't return anything, so it is like a normal for loop, but map always return a new array. It is not a, it will not update the old array, it will return a new array. So you have to always catch it in something. And there is one more thing in map. We are going to use filter next. Map, the thing is that map always, if I pass a array of length 3, it will return an array of length 3 only. This is something which is not there in filter. So we are going to see the filter now. Okay, we'll see the filter now. And for the filter is actually a very important thing. Why filter is a very important thing? See, filter is used heavily in almost literally every website, like e-commerce and all. Every website filter is been used, and filter is been used by front-end developers a lot. Why filter is been used? Suppose I go to amazon.com. Okay, I'll go, and there is a lot of things are coming here. Okay, so in the homepage a lot of things are coming. So how do you think all these things comes? They come through an API endpoint. There is an API endpoint which has been hit, and all these things are shown. So then I will go here, and this here. I will come here and maybe I will select what electronics I will select, and I think my system is very slow, so it will not load it. Okay, so you got the thing. If I select electronics, all the electronics things will be shown. If I select computer, all the computers, all have visited Amazon. So you all select, okay, show me all the Lenovo computers, show me all these computers and all those things you want all have done. So those things are actually done by Flutter, and those things are written by a front end developer. Okay, those things are written by front end developer. How the front end developer written those things? See, when the some API endpoint is there, I'm not going to write some big API endpoint. Okay, so what happens, something like this will come, like name, category, and all these things will come, like name, category. I cannot show the Amazon API endpoints. Everything moves in the internet world as API endpoints. I cannot show Amazon. They might have hide it somewhere. So there is a fake data store is there, which is like a fake data. Amazon is also a store is there. Amazon is also a store. Okay, so at the end of the day, so it has got this products thing. So see this products thing, it will like this, it will come and raw data. Okay, so it array of object comes. Generally array of object is already sent, always sent, because array are easy to iterate and objects are like objects you can send a lot of data. So it's all this data are there in the object. Okay, let me do one more thing. Okay, let me give the attendance sheet, because what happened in the previous, everything was completed previous streaming, but my internet connection gone out, so I was not able to give the attendance sheet. Okay, so mark your attendance. Yeah. So okay, so we are here. So I'm not going to hit this endpoint, and also like this is even the images comes from some API endpoint. Everything comes from API endpoint only. This is how the internet works actually. So let us take something like this. Suppose in the front page of maybe Amazon, the all the names of some, and a lot more data is also there, as you have seen, but we are taking two data. So to see this example, name is there and the category of this is smartphone and laptops are there. So now I want to get only the smartphones, maybe because the user clicked on the smartphone. So I want to show only the smartphones, not all the laptops. So now what to do? So before ES6, what we used to do, I will tell first that before ES6, we used to have this, like again, let filtered, like this. We'll have an empty array. We used to do this empty array thing a lot before ES6. Then we have to run the for loop, traditional for loop. We used to do this also a lot, traditional for loop. Let I equal to 0. I is less than products dot length, and I plus plus is there. If products, okay, so it will when I'll do this products of an I plus plus, it will iterate over it, and each of the object is each of the iteration item is an object. So object it will take. So first time this one, then this, then this, and then this. 4 objects it will take. So products I will actually give me the object. Product 0 will give me the first one, then 1, 2, 3. Product 0. Okay, product 0 will show first, and then I have to go inside the object dot category. I'll do category triple equal to, and I'll choose this. I want to choose only the smartphone, so I'll choose the smartphone. And then what will happen is filtered. If it is true, it will be true in the case of true thing. Filtered dot push, always use this push and all these things. Filter dot push product I. Now if I see in this console.log filtered, if I see this thing, run it, this thing, see I will have this object like Samsung, and this thing I will have this. Okay, so again this object, ignore it. This is a bug in ES6 and not ES6, JSBin. Okay, so this, now we are going to change this in a filter. See, so much logic is there. You don't want this much logic. Okay, so again filter also returns something. So let filtered ES6 equal to, again we have this products dot filter, and I can again have the product or anything I can have. Let me have item here, item. So anything I can take, item. I'll do item is item dot category equal to, let me take a laptop now. Console.log and filter ds6, let it run it, and the laptops are coming. So again, it internally works like this only. But the thing is that what it filter actually do, whenever this thing is true, it will only add that in a new item. It will only add that in a new array. So whenever this is true, you don't have to go through this all complicated logic. Filter simply means whenever you have to give some condition. Whenever this condition is true in any of the item, it will add that thing. So it is like that. And filter, one thing is that, see, I am passing an array of length 4. I am getting an array of length 2. So filter, it doesn't matter, means I can have like this, maybe computer. Maybe the user search for computer, but then no computer. So it will come as an empty array. So it can come as an empty array also. So this is actually a classical, means it's I want to tell, because this is some difference which is there in a filter and a map. Filter and a map, this difference is there. Okay, so that is there. Now we are going to look into reduce. Reduce, when initially reduce came, everybody thought that okay, it is very important, but reduce was never used that much. Okay, because then also we have to learn it, because it is somehow, maybe you'll see that. So first thing, we are going to use the actually it is not used that much, and the classical users also you will see okay, it is not that important. Let numbers equal to, array is there like 20, 30 and 40, and I want to get the sum of this number, 3 numbers of an array. Seems very easy, but even the traditional way it is not that much easy. Sum of these 3 numbers, how to get that way? So here again, in the traditional way, what I'm going to do, let sum equal to 0, and then for let I equal to 0, I is less than numbers dot length I plus plus, and then sum plus e, not dumb, it is sum plus equal to numbers I. What is this I'm doing? Sum plus equal to means sum equal to sum plus numbers I. So what will happen? First time it will iterate, sum will be 0 and numbers 0 will come, which is 20. 0 plus 20 is 20. Next iteration it will come, the sum is now 20. So 20 plus 30, then 30 plus, like this, it will add 50 plus 20 will add. So now I'll have a console.log of this sum. Console.log of this sum I'm going to clear it, run it, and see it will 90 will come. Now what I need to do, we're going to change this to a reduce. So how do we change this to a reduce? So we change it to a reduce like const sum reduce is equal to numbers dot reduce and acc dot curve, and like this is there, and it gets 2 parameters like acc and current, and then this return acc plus curve, and I'll have this 0 here, and then console.log of sum reduce. So to do this 90. So how does this reduce actually work? So reduce gets 2 parameters. One is ACC, one is curve. ACC is known as accumulator. Like this, here we are taking this sum as 0. So this accumulator will have the initial value of this 0. So it will work like this. Initial value of the accumulator will be 0, and the current value will take from this numbers. The current value it will take as 20. It will be equal to 20. Then the accumulator have become now what? Accumulator have become 20. Now the current value is 30 and it is 50. Now the accumulator have become 50 and the current value is 40. It will be 90. This is how it will work. In fact, if I change, I can change the initial value also here like this, and it will be 100. Yes, like this. Let me make it back. So this is how this works. And we've done everything in JavaScript. Okay, and as I've told, you people have to do a lot of projects. JavaScript is also done. I have a lot of projects on my channel, but soon we're going to have those 10 JavaScript projects in an hours. Not this Wednesday, but I think next Wednesday we're going to have. So stay tuned for that. Again, it will be very good. I've done this 10 CSS projects in an hours, and an hours turned out to be 6.5 hours. Okay, so maybe it will take it. I don't know how much an hours is. That will be there. And tomorrow, please do come. Tomorrow is the that monthly boot camp, 2 days boot camp. It is there from Saturday, Sunday, complete 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. EST on, and not EST. I am telling EST, IST on both of those days, Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so that is it. And thank you all, and we'll meet tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. IST. See you for those 2 days boot camp.